Hi guys, welcome back to the VBCS online course. So in this video, we are going to look at the file upload functionality, how to use file picker component to upload the file. And we have an integration cloud service which accepts the file and then JSON payload. We will call the integration cloud service and will pass the uploaded file to the integration cloud and will get the response back. So let's see how to achieve this functionality in VBCS. For this, I will log in into the VBCS. So here, before I create a new application, I will show you I have a one service here which is of post type and the request media type is multi-part mixed. And the request sample is it accepts the first name and the last name along with a file. And this is the response which will come. So let's try to consume this API and try to upload the file in the from the VBCS application and call this service and pass the file there. Okay, so for this, I will create a new application, upload file, and then finish. First, I have to create a service connection because I wanted to call this API. Click on the service connection and then service connection. I'm not using this integration because whenever you use the integration catalog, it will try to fetch the Swagger URL, right? But if I click on the Swagger URL, it gives me an error. Hence, this integration will not work. Hence, this will not work here. I will show you. Let me just go back and let me just search this sample test, okay? This one. And here you will see the internal server error, unable to read the Swagger for sample test integration. This error comes usually when your Swagger URL is not working. For this, I will take this URL, the endpoint URL, and cancel this, and I will use the define by endpoint. Here, I will just paste this URL and will choose the method as a post because this is the post method. And from the action hint, I will use the create. Click next button, and here you can use the change the service name, upload file. Upload file. Go to the server, and here you use the basic authentication from there and enter the username and the password. This username and the password should be of OIC, username and the password. And then save it. In the request, you can take this request sample and then pass it over here. And in the response, this is the response which will come. Okay. And then save it here. So make sure in the request, you should copy this multi-type and copy it here. Multi-part mixed. Okay. And then simply click on a create button, which will create the service connection. Now the service connection is ready. Just try to create a web application. Create a web application in here and give our application name, upload file, and then create. For this, on the main start page, I will drop certain fields here like input text, one more input text, and here we have a file picker. File picker will be used to upload the file. And I will drop one more input text here where I will show you the file name when I will choose this. So here, just change the label first name, change the label of the another text like last name, and change the label here like file name. Okay. Now I need to bind these input text with the variables. So go to the data section, just select the first name, go to the data and then select this and create a variable at page level. Create variable and here use first name. Okay. Similarly, do this for last name as well. This will be for last name and for a file name as well. Okay. So there are 3 variables has been created. Now go to the variables section and here you can see the file name, first name and the last name, 3 variables has been created. I will create one more variable as a file path. And this will be treated as a any because in this variable I will save the uploaded file and then create. Okay. Go to the designer back. Now what I want, whenever I will choose the file here, I want it to show the file name here. So for this, just make this field as a read only and then disabled. Okay. Now I wanted to make a event here. Just click on this, go to the events and then register one OJ select event. Right. And here I will use the assign variable to assign certain things and then assign. Here is the file name and then file path. So use this files variable and then put it to the file name. Okay, chain dot variables dot files. So use our array 0 and then dot name. Okay, and make sure expression is selected. And similarly, select this file and choose drop this on the file path. So this file will have the file reference. Okay, so in this file name, I am just getting the name of the file, and the file path I am getting the path of the file using this files variable and then save it. Just try to run this application. And here just try to select any file, and here you can see the file name which you have uploaded is there. If you will try to select any another file, here you can see. Okay, now go back to the designer and here I will create a button. Submit. Okay, on the submit button I wanted to register an event. Click on this new event and then OJ action. Okay, so before I configure this action chain, I wanted to create a JavaScript function which will create the the input for the service which I will call it here. Okay, for this I have one JavaScript. Okay, so here I am creating a function, the form data, which will accept the file set, the first name and the last name, and will convert all these in a JSON using this JSON.stringify function. Okay, here you see the file set. I'm just getting the first file and then forming this form data, and then form data dot append file variable, and then from this I'm getting the name. Okay, and then appending this another string, first name, the first name and the last name and the last name. So this first name and the last name should match with this request sample. Okay, now go back to the action chain from here and now call this function, right? So call component method and then not this one, sorry, call module function and then select module function. Here form data and then select. So here you see it accepts 3 input parameter, assign, and then under that file set you just put this file path, first name to first name, and then last name to last name. Okay, and then save it. So this function will return the JSON. Now I need to call my REST endpoint using this call REST endpoint action, and then select endpoint. Under the service connection, use this post data method and then select. Here I need to pass the body. So this JS is forming the body, right? So the result will be the body of my app for the API. So again, go back to the action chain and select assign, and then just map this call module function one to the body, and then save it. Okay, just use this fire notification and then display the message which will come from your endpoint. So here we have this message, sorry, under body we have this greeting. Change the display mode as a transient and the notification type to info. Okay, now your configuration has been completed. Try to preview your application and see if this is working or not. Run. Enter the first name here, Ankur Jain, and then select the file from here and then submit. Here you see the error response during REST action. How to check what is the error? So how to debug the errors in the VBCS? So just open the debugger in the Chrome, just select F12, just use F12, and here you can see the console, and here go up and you can see the error here. Failed to load resources. The server responded with a status, right? 415 unsupported media type, which means there is some issue while calling the service of the OIC. Looks like unsupported media type. So I did this mistake intentionally. Go here and then go to the service connection, open this, and here go to the request, sorry, back, close this, open this, go to the endpoint and open this. Go to the request, and here you see the media type is application JSON. It should be multi-part mixed. Okay. Just try to run this application now again and see what happens. You can try to open this debugger and you can see all the logs here, right? Let me just clear this. Just try to put Ankur Jain and then drop a file here and then submit. Again, there is some issue. Unsupported media type. Okay, let me just go back and see if it has been saved or not. Endpoint like this, request, it has not been saved properly. Just make a tab here. Okay, and then send. Okay, and then again see, yes. Now go back to the endpoint again, try to make sure that it is set correctly, request. Now multi-part mixed, test here, and then okay, multi-part mixed, and then give a body here, chain, and then send. Okay, 500 internal server, which is fine. Go to endpoint and then see, make sure there's some problem. Okay, looks like it's not allowing me. So what you can do, you can add another endpoint, or you just do one thing, just delete this and then add again data, and then mm, create next. Here you can say upload file. It should start with small, upload file, server, and then select the basic authentication, username, demo user, put the password here, save. Go to the request, make sure you will have this multi-part mixed copied, and then okay, and then okay, and here you can see schema created for example. Similarly, you can give the response. Schema created for example, go to the request back and see if it is working, and then create. Okay, now make sure it is multi-part mix. Click on the endpoint, and then here request. Here you can see now multi-part mixed. Okay, go back to your web application main start page and figure it again. Okay, delete this, delete this, okay, and here call rest endpoint. You just delete both, right click, delete, right click, and then delete. Click on this and then select endpoint, service connection, upload file, and then post data. Okay, and then assign body, result, and then save. So this is your fire notification. Here you just need to give here and here fire notification on the success path. Okay, and now from the summary, use this call rest endpoint under body and then greeting, and then transient, and then info. Now just run it again and see. This time it should work. Now anchor chain, okay, and submit. Here you can see the request is getting called, and here you can see hi Ankur Jain, file uploaded successfully. It successfully called the API. You can see the log here as well, the response and the request which is sent to the API. So this is how you can debug the errors as well. So this video is very helpful for you because here you have seen how to debug issues as well. So this is how you can use the file picker to upload the file using VBCS application. So that's all for this video. If you have any question, let me know. Thanks. Bye.